Hello, I'm William Clark, and I'm here today to talk to you about my success in Math 095 and how you too can also be successful as a student in Math 095. When I started Math 095, it was in the semester of 2015, the fall. That was when Math 095 first started, and there was a lot of confusion and a little bit of integration issues with my Mathlab and some instructions of what needed to be done with the ILP and such. Since then, I've completed Math 095 up to Unit 12, and there's been a lot of improvements since then, and I imagine then the following semesters will have even more improvements and will be set up for your success. When I started, I had to go take the compass test in order to come into CWI, and when I did so, my math score for algebra was 32, and when I took the pre-test or whatever it's called for the My Mathlab, I actually didn't even register in the second unit. So I had to start from the beginning, all the way from Unit 1 up to Unit 12. And with that, I had to work hard. And I used the resources at My Mathlab, in My Mathlab, and I primarily used the multimedia section where they had the videos, and I'm a visual learner, so that I found that to be a lot easier to follow rather than the e-textbook or the PowerPoints. But I did use the PowerPoints and some of the e-textbooks when I didn't understand or the concept that the instructor was giving out on the videos, and that really kind of filled in the void and helped me out there. If I didn't understand it beyond that, I would ask the MCS staff, and they were always helpful. You know, you put your little cup up, and they come right over and help you. I used the tutoring center a couple of times, and again, they were very helpful. But it took a lot of hard work, a lot of patience. What I found for my success was to, like I said, to watch the videos, but even when I felt like I didn't want to do the work at the time, and I was getting a little bit behind, I would just watch the videos, and that would kind of compel me to do that module. Once I completed the videos, I felt like I was ready to do it, so I would just complete the module. And usually, depending how the module's structured, they have 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 before you take a quiz. So a lot of times I would just complete that segment before I end the day or went on to something else. There were a few times where I became a little bit behind, but I had to work extra hard to get ahead. But I found that if I treated it as an opportunity as opposed to a obligation, I found it to be more rewarding. And that's just kind of the thing that trick your mind into getting the work done, really. And also, as I reflect upon the 2 semesters that I've had with Math 095, when you go to take your final exam, the thing that helped me the most, even with the unit test, the thing that helped me the most was writing every single question I did between each module in the notebook, and keeping it itemized by module, and then prep tests and everything else like that. So when I was ready to take a test, I can just review all that information and then take the test and be more successful. But when you got to the end of the semester, I would review the entire booklet that I had and do all the exam reviews, and each question in there. And instead of settling for the 60% that they offer in order to pass 095, I would work towards getting a higher grade, and I ended up with 100% in units 7 through 12. And that made me feel really good. And the thing is, if I can do it after coming from the compass score of 32 on the algebra portion, I believe anybody can really do it. I took 17 years off from school. I was in the military. I worked overseas and things like that, and I felt it was time to come back to school and use my opportunity that I had to be able to further my career. And I'd like to thank you for listening to this portion of the video, and I wish you the best in your endeavor at Math 095. Thank you.